So this is Petra. She is one of our Maine Coons and she is 1 year and 4 months old. She's having a little bit of a problem at the moment with her teeth and her gums, and so she's waiting a procedure at the end of the month to try and fix that, but otherwise she's doing pretty well. So what we're going to talk about is what features she has that makes her a Maine Coon. So we know that she is a Maine Coon because we bought her from a registered breeder and we have her certificate to prove that she is a pedigree cat. She is a Maine Coon. So we don't need to do anything like DNA testing to prove that she's a Maine Coon, because that is the only other way of proving that your cat is in fact a Maine Coon. But there are several features that Maine Coons have, and I will point some of those out now. So first of all, if we have a look at her ears, you can see that there are these lovely little tufts at the top of her ears, and these are known as lynx tips. Now, not all Maine Coons have them, but the ones who do usually have started growing them by about the age of 9 months to a year. So after a year, if your Maine Coon is going to have the lynx tips, then they should have grown by that point. Now, if we look at her head on, you can see that she's got this lovely mane here, which makes her look like a bit of a lion. And that is obviously characteristic of a Maine Coon. If we take a look at her paw, you can see that she's got these tufty bits in between her toes. And that is also very characteristic of a Maine Coon. And you can see that her paws are rather a lot bigger than your average cat. And that is because, in general, Maine Coons are rather large. Now, she is only 1 year and 4 months, so she's not fully grown. She won't be fully grown until she's about 4 years old. And also Petra was on the small side when she was born. She was about 80 grams, which is absolutely tiny. However, she has made up for that now. I'm not sure exactly how much she weighs at the moment, but she's certainly larger than your average cat. And if we look at her face, you can see that she's got this rounded forehead. And she's just showing us her lovely fluffy belly at the moment. She seems to be in a lovely mood today, which is also generally typical of a Maine Coon, is that they love to lie on their backs, showing you their belly, asking for attention. They're very, very social creatures. Maine Coons have a shaggy coat. They're a semi-long-haired breed of cat, and it's made up of 2 layers. So there is an underlayer and a top layer. So it's when the underlayer sheds and gets tangled up in the top layer that you end up with matting, and this can often occur under the armpits, because you can see that there's all this fur that could easily get tangled up. It seems to be nice and smooth today, though. They have this nice long bit of fur running along the tummy. Again, you got to check that for matting. They have the backs of their legs. They have quite long fur. Often looks like they're wearing trousers. So you could call that their meowser trousers. And then, of course, they've got this long bushy tail. And Petra's behaving very well for us today. Well done. So if we look at her face, you can see that she's got lots of lovely features. She's not got this rounded face that you would get with your average moggy. So there we go. Sorry if that was a bit disorganised. It's quite difficult when you're working with live animals. But what did we cover? So Maine Coons, they've got these lovely ear tufts. They've got a lovely side profile with big oval eyes that are very expressionate. You can see we've just done her worming treatment, that's why that's a bit wet. They've got this lovely mane. They've got big paws with the tufts in between. They've got a shaggy coat, which is longer on the tummy and the back of the legs, and then a lovely big bushy tail. Oh, she's had enough. Off she goes. And that's a good place for us to end this video.